Peyton, this month you should be getting your bonus, correct? I just want to make sure that you'll be putting a large portion of that bonus into this house, alright? You're kidding me, right? You want me to put my bonus into the house as well now? Of course I do. Ever since your father had to be laid off by the company while it's gone through some restructuring, it's been hard paying off the bills. Your family is in a pinch right now, so you, being our daughter, need to step in and help us all out. And I totally understand that, Mom. And that's why every month I've been putting in $1,500 for you and Dad to use on bills. Yet now you're going to ask for my bonus too. Quit with all of that whining. If you had some complaints to make, then go take them to your father, who not only got laid off, but is in the hospital right now. It's because of him that his household is struggling so much. I would never go and complain to him right now. I'm not lying when I say that your father is such a waste. You should be embarrassed for being laid off like that during a simple restructuring of that company. And now he's sitting in a hospital because he got into a car accident while nodding off. I'm sure that the hospital bill is going to be atrocious as well. I can't get any use out of him anymore now, can? Please don't talk about Dad like that, Mom. From what I can tell, the reason he was nodding off in the car is because of you. What was that? Why am I the only one to blame for him being sleepy while driving? You've been putting a lot of stress on Dad by making him spend all of his time looking for a new job. But at the end of each day, when he doesn't have a job lined up, you tear into him, blaming him for each and everything. Do you not see how much pressure you're putting on his shoulders right now? It's because of that Dad hasn't been able to sleep at all anymore and got into that crash. I feel sorry for him now, because all he was trying to do was get his life back together for us. Well, maybe he shouldn't be such a spineless man then. If it weren't for me tearing into him like that, then he would have never had the ability to even start looking for a new job. I was only putting that much pressure on him for his own benefit. Now you shut your mouth about things you don't understand, Peyton. Wait. You were taking things way too far though with him. Recently, you started threatening him with not giving him anything for dinner because he couldn't line up a job for himself. And at some point in there, you started to only feed him frozen dinners while you fed the rest of us proper meals. When I heard all about that from Dad, I was just shocked and felt terrible for him. I was doing what was right for him. If he's not going to show anything for all that time he's wasting looking for work, then he's not going to get fed properly. Well, if you're so upset about him not finding a new job, then why don't you start working? It's not like you do any of the chores in the house anyway. Stop being such a lousy housewife and pick up a shift or two at the local grocery store. What? What did I just hear from you? It's because of your father I have to spend every day stressing over things that a wife should never need to stress about. I have never had to worry about how to save the most money and about what was going to happen to all of our savings if he doesn't get back out there soon. You're going to ask me to work a job now while going to all of this stress? If I have to do that, then it will be me sitting in a hospital next from all the stress I'm dealing with. Well, at the very least, work for like 2 days a week, okay? Stop trying to rely on money I hand to you guys and start making some money for yourselves again. Shut up! I want you to take responsibility for your father's stupidity, not me. You're his daughter, after all, and share some of his same traits. I am not going to work a job, no matter what you try to tell me, so shut it now. What? Now, once you get that bonus into your bank account, I want you to send it right over to my account. Because it's this family's stupid father that we don't have any income and barely any money left in our savings, so the only person I can rely on now is my daughter. I'm sorry, Dad, but I'm not going to be able to come in today to see you. I have to stay late at work today, so I won't be able to get into the hospital in time before they stop allowing visitors in.
No worries, Peyton. Just focus on your job. And by the way, how's work been going for you? I feel so horrible that you're having to work twice as hard now for my failures.
And like I'm always telling you, you don't always have to apologize for any of that. You have to spend time in the hospital now getting better. So you just sit back and relax while I show you just how much money I can bring in to support the family.
Thank you, Peyton. I'm so happy to see that I raised such a reliable young woman. But of course, something like this should never fall on your shoulders. I hate the idea of needing to rely on my own daughter to support the family in my place. Once I'm out of this place, I'm going to try twice as hard to find myself a job. Get things back to normal for everyone.
You don't have to push yourself too hard though, alright? It's not like I'm doing anything outside of work right now. I don't have any hobbies, and all of my money is normally just going straight into my savings. I think it's totally alright for you to rely on me and my income right now.
Please, but to a father, something like that just doesn't seem right. I understand. I'm not the best man out there, but I still have some pride left that I want to hang on to. I've been writing memos down about all the money you've been giving us, so when I'm out of here and have myself a job again, I'm going to give you all that money right back. I promise.
You've always been way too serious about things like money, Dad.
And that's because I feel that the money one earns shouldn't be wasted on those who can do better. It's been 2 years now since I started relying on you for your money. 2 years. You've given me $500 a month. And I should be able to earn my money myself. And now, after 2 years have gone by, you've already given me over $20,000. I'm so sorry about that.
What? Hold on a sec. I think you've been writing down wrong, Dad.
What? I have?
I haven't been giving you $500 a month, but $1,500 a month, right? So that would mean... Well, you've been giving Mom around $30,000 of that money, right?
You've been giving us $1,500 a month. Wait a second. I never heard about you handing us that amount. You've been putting $1,500 a month into this household. I've not known a thing about it.
Why are you so shocked by all of that, Dad? I've heard from Mom that you guys don't have much in your savings anymore. So after doing the math, $1,500 is the bare minimum you need to stay above water, right? So that's why I've been handing you guys $1,500 a month.
No. Just wait. We have the savings to keep ourselves going, Peyton. I promise you that. I know it might not be a lot for the long run, but I received $50,000 from the company while I was laid off as a package.
What? So that was the amount you received?
Yeah, that's right. I understand the reason why they were laying people off, and at the time they were handing out packages to those that would take them, so I went ahead and did so because I knew if I didn't, I might get laid off and not receive nearly that amount. So we've had $50,000 in our bank account this whole time, Peyton. Your mom and I. It's also why I wasn't pushing myself too hard to find a new job right off the bat, but as soon as your mom began to try and push me harder and harder to do so, and well, the car accident happened, and your mom and I don't really have the best insurance plan, so it's going to cost an arm and a leg to pay the bills, so a lot of the money I had in my savings was used to pay all that off, but we're not in debt or anything because of it. But I suppose me having to spend that kind of money on hospital bills has gotten your mom even more stressed out. That's why I had asked her to keep asking you for $500 a month. You'd been giving us $300 a month after I lost my job, but since the accident, I had told her to bump it up to $500 a month from you so that she didn't have to worry as much about money. You were told that by her as well, right?
Wait. That story is completely different from what Mom was telling me. She told me that you guys have nothing in your savings, and that when you were laid off, you didn't get any money from the company.
Huh?
That's why when she asked me to give you guys $1,500 a month, I thought I had no other choice but to do so for you two. But now you're telling me that you've had money in your savings this whole time?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her about that right now. I'll also take a look at her account balances again. See what everything looks like. I feel there's still a bit of money left in there, so you shouldn't have to be giving us that much each month. If I find that we're still fine, I'm gonna ask you to stop sending that kind of money to us each month, okay?
If you don't mind, can you let me handle all of that for you? You are still in the hospital and should be focused on getting better rather than this issue between Mom and I.
You sure?
Of course. Honestly, I don't think she'd be too kind to you anyway right now. So I'd much rather take all that crap from her than let her start tearing into you again. Just sit back and let me handle things, Dad. Now, I'll be back to see you the next time I have a day off, and we can talk some more about this. Good luck with your recovery, okay? Peyton? I'm sorry to have to ask this from you, but do you mind giving your dad and I $2,000 this month? $1,500 is not going to be just enough this month. Why won't be enough, Mom? You have been making sure to save that money up well every month, so you should have no other need for another $500 from me. What are you talking about? This month I will be having my birthday. And so far, I have been doing my very best to live every month, spending as little of the money you give as possible. So can you please just hand me a little extra this month to have some fun with? If you had started to work a part-time job like I asked, then you wouldn't have to be trying so hard to save money each month. Huh? Well, whatever, I guess. I have no choice since this month is your birthday. I'll try my best to get you that $2,000 this month, okay? But that will make this month the last month I ever had any money over to you. I quit my job today, so there is no more money coming in for me. Excuse me? For a little while I'm going to be unemployed, so please be aware of that. You'll be able to have some fun this month for your birthday, but after that, you're going to need to put your best foot forward and start being even more careful with money. You hold it right there. What do you mean you quit your job? Don't tell me that you've been laid off now. There's no way. Not only your dad laid off, but now you too? I've had enough of this crap. I cannot believe both you and your father are that stupid. Did you just call the both of us stupid right now? I sure as hell did. You are both completely brainless. I cannot believe that you both are a part of my family. I've always been aware that your father's been a complete fool, but you were supposed to be different. You got a job at a huge company and everything, making more than your father. I thought there was still some hope for me because I could really use your income. But now I'm seeing a trend here. Peyton, you get all of your things together right now and leave this house at once. What? It seems my time of getting any use out of you has come to an end now. And if you're not going to be making any more money, then you're nothing. This household does not have the money to hold on to a jobless loser like you. All you are to us now is a waste of money, so hurry up and leave. And don't even bother coming back to me until you start making some money again. I'm not sure you have the right to be talking to me like that, Mom. I had only just quit my job, and you're already calling me useless and asking me to leave? After all the money I've been handing over to you each month? Shut the hell up, you useless idiot! Not only did you end up looking a lot like your father, but you both seem to lack the same amount of brain cells as well. If this was going to be how you turned out, I would have been better off never giving birth to you. No, wait. I would have been better off never getting even married to your stupid father. Jesus Christ, what the hell has happened here? If only I had chosen to marry another man at the time. All I needed was one other man to propose to me at the time, and I would never have to been stuck with your father. I had another man at the time, but I should have stayed with him instead of leaving the moment your dad proposed to me. I can't believe I made such a foolish mistake then. You're kidding me. Were you actually going with another man at the time you were dating Dad? Shut your dang mouth. That has nothing to do with a brainless child like you. Now, I want you to stop sitting around and get out of this house by today. I do not have it in me to take care of two useless losers now. I don't even want you to be my daughter anymore if you're not going to make any money for me. I'm going to become a CEO starting next week, though. What? But since I'm such a useless daughter, I'll hurry up and gather my things. Thank you so much for the small amount of attention you ever gave me for these past few years. Now, have a great rest of your life, Mom. Wait a moment, Peyton. What do you mean you're becoming CEO next week? You just told me you got laid off today. No, you have it all wrong. I told you, I quit my job. I plan on taking a new job next week, and that's why I quit my job at the current company. Actually, I'm going to be in charge of making my own company. Making your own company? Well, to be fair, the company has already been made, and is doing quite well at the moment. I actually created this company a while back, but I've been leaving it in the hands of some employees to run while it's been growing. So in the meantime, I've been working another job making a bit of extra cash. A lot of that extra cash has been going into my company this whole time, and after a few years, I finally figured it was time to go back to being a full-time CEO again. What? That's why I've gone and quit my job today, and I'm heading back next week to take the reins of my company. In other words, the job I've been treating as a side hustle will not be my source of income. Or maybe I should be saying that I'm giving up my side hustle to focus solely on my main job. Technically, I haven't been a CEO of the company for the past few years due to leaving one of my employees in charge, but I think it's time I go back. I want to try even harder now to expand the company, and from what I can tell, all my employees are agreeing with me. You're joking, right? You've had your own company this whole time? Had I not, I would never been able to afford to give you $1,500 a month. Peyton? Things like that. You should really be telling your parents about a lot sooner, right? You probably already know that I was just saying you about leaving the house was all a joke as well, right? Since you're going to be a full-time CEO, you can continue to stay with us all you'd like. What? Are you sure? Of course. I know what you mean now by not having any income for a little bit right now, right? You're just going to be taking a week to get everything to set back up again, to be the CEO of your own company. Full-time now, right? I'm not really sure what all of that entails myself, but hearing you'll become a CEO makes things totally okay with me. So you can continue living with your father and I here, while helping us both financially. I'm not sure I want to do that anymore, so I'm going to be leaving now. I'm not going to ever hand any money over to you again. What did you say? Are you actually trying to say that you're going to forget about both your mother and your father? Your father is unemployed and in the hospital right now, Peyton. What the hell is wrong with you for thinking it's okay to turn your mother and father away while we're both struggling? Dad's out of the hospital now. I guess you also didn't know about that. What? And you have it all wrong about me forgetting about you and Dad. I'm just going to keep caring for him. It's only you that I'm turning away from. From now on, it's just going to be Dad and I living together. So do whatever you can to support yourself, alright? Wait, what does all of that mean? Since when did your father get out of the hospital? And what the hell do you mean you're only going to help your father now and not me? How about you step back and think about why that could be, Mom? Now, Mom, I'm off to get ready to leave this house. I hope you have a good one. Dad? I'm going to be coming over to you today to start living there. Mom told me that she wanted me out of their house, so I'm packed up and never going back there.
Wow, great work today, Peyton. How'd your mom take all that? Hearing about how you quit your job. Gonna become a CEO now.
She was freaking out a lot more than I ever thought. And just like you said, it doesn't seem like she knew anything about you getting out of the hospital. She started asking me about when you got out of there, and with all of that. She was shocked as though she ever knew what was really going on with her husband.
Well, I knew that idiot was never going to remember anything I told her. I called her and told her the day I'd be getting out of the hospital and everything. She never seemed to really care at the time about me. Wasn't even happy to hear the news. And just like I'd expected, only you came to the hospital on the day I was being released.
But due to her not caring about all of you, we were able to get prepared for this day, and she never suspected a thing. This was our plan for the longest time now, and it's worked out perfectly for us. Right after you got out there, we were able to go to a realtor, and they helped us get a real nice place. That was pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it was. I've been looking forward to all this for such a long time now that my heart is racing with excitement. I guess we can mark today as the day you and I both started living together free from the rule of that crazy woman. And by the way, I've found myself a new job already.
What? Is that right?
While I was going through rehab at the hospital, I started to search for work again. I couldn't just sit around every day focusing on myself when I had a daughter who was working her butt off making money for me. Thankfully, in this day and age, we have the internet, and I was able to do interviews online for the job. And due to a filter I was using, they never knew I was interviewing for a job in a hospital bed.
Great work, Dad. I knew you were always smarter than whatever Mom was saying about you. I guess today you and I can crack open a bottle of wine to celebrate. I'll make sure to buy us a really nice red wine from the store on my way over.
And I'm gonna get started on making up some delicious snacks for us to enjoy with the wine. You've always liked those chicken wings I cooked, right?
Absolutely. Once I'm finished picking up the bottle of wine, I'll be right over, okay? Then we can celebrate our new lives together without ever having to worry about being stressed about Mom again.
I can't wait. I'm gonna make sure I start doing my best from now on again, so that you can have a break.
Please, Peyton. Please tell me where you and your father are living. I called the hospital, and they told me you weren't joking about him at all. He did really get let out of there. But none of the nurses or anything were willing to tell me anything else about him and where you both moved to. I just got the paperwork in the mail from your dad saying that he wants a divorce. Can you believe any of this? Oh, so it's already made to you? Luckily, we had lawyers send all of that paperwork to you from their office, so that you couldn't see where the papers were sent from. All we need you to do now is sign those papers and send them back to the lawyer. I don't want a divorce, though. If both you and your father leave me, then how am I going to live? I will apologize for everything I've done to you both so far. I'm sure that both of you and your father are upset about how cold I've been treating you, right? I'm sorry, but your apologies are no longer wanted by us. Both Dad and I no longer want to live with you, alright? So hurry up and let Dad be free again. If you don't, and make this divorce take longer than it needs to, then Dad is going to make sure he gets even more money from you than he's already asking for. What? Did you think neither of us knew what was going on here? I'm very sorry, but we both know very clearly what ended up happening with both Dad's savings and the money I was giving to you. I know you were trying your best to hide from Dad that you were getting $1,500 from me each month, but when he told me he was only getting $500, we made a huge realization. What exactly have you been using the other $1,000 in each month? You're kidding me, right? Why do you both know about everything? I never said anything about the money besides that it was going to your father and I, so how did you realize something was up? So what are you going to do, Mom? Are you going to shut up and sign the divorce papers, or are you going to force us to get every penny you took from us back? So those are your two choices, Mom. So which one would you like to choose? I can't make a choice just from that. Even if I tried to, the money you've already asking for is too much for me to pay out. I'm sure it is. You ended up using around $80,000 of ours, right? Well then, there is only one choice left for you. That's to shut up and sign those papers. But wait, I'm too old now to be getting a divorce, and this whole time I've been a housewife without ever having to work a day in my life. Are you guys really just going to toss me on the streets like that? I have been with your father for years and years now, and he's just going to throw me and everything away? Huh? But you were saying that to me before, that you had wished you never chosen to get married to him. You had that other man you were going out with as well, that you think you'd been using a better choice right now, right? What? And as for myself, I'm just a jobless loser that would be getting in your way, right? Don't tell me you were just joking about all of that. Because from what Dad and I have seen, you're the only jobless loser left in our family. So please stop thinking either one of us is going to help you out anymore, alright? Let me just say, you are no use to either one of us anymore. But wait, Peyton, all of that was just a joke. That's what I thought you'd say. But I'm being serious right now. I would never want anything besides being married to your dad. And you are too important to me for me to actually have to believe you're useless. So please don't throw me away. No matter how much you beg for us not to leave you, it's all going to be for nothing. Now hurry up and sign those papers for Dad, please. We are giving you until tomorrow, and if nothing's come back from you by then, we'll have the lawyer go to your house. And if at that point you still don't hand him the signed papers, then he's going to hand you a paper saying the amount of money needed from you in the settlement. No way. Yes way. This is what happens when you act like a spoiled brat when you're close to being 60 years old. Once we get those signed divorce papers from you, don't expect to ever hear from me again either. Both of us brainless idiots are going to move on in life together. So a super smart woman like yourself needs to do your best as well on your own. Goodbye now, Mom. And after that, my mom sobbed while signing the divorce papers, and soon after that my mom and Dad got their divorce. From there, my mom tried to get in all-women's shelter house, where she could have been cared for and fed by the city. But upon arriving at the doors, she was turned away by the lady at the front desk. Apparently they didn't think she was in a bad of a situation as she had been pleading in, because she came in wearing all brand clothing and carrying a very high-end purse. They suggested that if she was really in a pinch, she should go and sell all of those things first, and might then have the money she needs to carry on. As of right now, my mom has been seen working at a super, close to her house, trying to make things work on her own. And as for my dad and I, we have been really enjoying living in our new home together. My dad is now working for a very kind company, where all of the staff have been helping him get used to the systems and things like that. He's even begun learning about how to work more with a laptop, instead of relying on those old arcade computers he was used to. He goes on a lot about how much he's been loving his new job, and about how fun it is to learn new things there. Seeing him that happy to have his life back on track has started to make me feel a lot better as well. I think the both of us have completely forgotten about what life was like with my mom.